Nails, Kevin
Yeah.
Wachholtz. So when he comes out as one of the prosecution's witnesses during this thing and says that, oh yeah, Vince, he made us use drugs. It was an order by Vince. And obviously, Jerry McDevitt, the great WWF head attorney, great lawyer, kind of basically killed his credibility and all that other stuff in court. But when Nails comes out and says stuff like that, does anybody believe him, or is his credibility kind of shot? We're like, okay, he just hates Vince. They got into a physical confrontation. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yep.
They got into physical confrontation. So does he have credibility there, or is no one really buying what Nails is saying?
It depends on what side of the fence you lean towards. That if you, I'm not sure how I could find the words. It's like people could take a position and convince themselves, and this is a bad example. I talk about something biblical, but there's somebody that could have a position and point to certain passages in the Bible that say, boy, it very clearly is here. It says this, and then somebody else can look at the opposite end of the spectrum and quote from other chapters in the Bible that say direct the opposite. So it's like, if you have a strong feeling about something, you can come up with some kind of justification or whatever that maybe it only convinces you, or you still feel strongly about it, and end up convincing others to your point of view.
Now, that physical confrontation, it's so rumored that, Nails beat the crap out of him. I was choking him, all this other stuff. Do you remember what happened in that fight? That obviously pre the steroid trial and pre him saying all this bad stuff about Vince WWF. But do you remember that fight at all?
Yeah, I was there that night. And oftentimes, Pat or myself would be in there, so there would be somebody else in the room. And then I don't remember what the circumstances were that night, because there was so much going on at TVs that they were, just the two of them were in the room, and all of a sudden there was some scuffling where, some furniture getting knocked over, and it all happened very quickly. And it got Nails out of the, and he alleged that, Vince made an inappropriate physical advance to him. I wasn't there in the room. It was not consistent with anything that I'd ever seen from Vince, which is not to say that I guess it couldn't have happened, but it was really out there in my opinion. And nobody will know, because there's only the two of them in that room. And I think after that, we always try to make sure that there was always a third person in the room, so that something like that couldn't happen again, where it's, he said type of thing.
So crazy thinking about like Nails beating up the owner and like choking him, and like it's like what, like how does that like escalate into that? I mean, who knows what Nails is saying, if it's true or not true.
And
but it's just crazy to think.
It all happened very quickly. People stormed in the room, and it was over almost within moments after it started. I mean, it just like, whoa, if there's a meeting in the room, you don't expect this, all of a sudden a chair or something get knocked over, and it's like, oh, and it wasn't like when he met with talent that the door was locked and there was nobody else in the room.